questions. She didn't even, I couldn't even get the question out. I love that. I love it. This, so the question was, who wrote the best-selling memoir, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings? And the answer is Maya Angelou. Oh, doctor. Oh, excuse me, doctor. Excuse me. He got me in line. And this is for the children. So you can't answer, and then our young gentleman in the gray vest cannot answer again. Who? Okay. Who was the most famous conductor on the Underground Railroad? Okay. I saw Madison's hand go up.
Harriet Tubman.
Okay, well, come on and get your prize. And then the last question for this segment, right here. And I'm going to go back to the question that I asked. Who were the first black military pilots in the U.S. Armed Forces? I saw. Yes, ma'am. Come get your prize. And it's the Tuskegee Airmen. It's the Tuskegee Airmen. Thank you so much. Let's give everyone that answered a round of applause. Do we have any more church presentations? Miss Sandra, do you all have church presentations? Okay. We're going to allow.
Okay, while they're getting ready, we're going to do one more interactive thing just to give them a little time. So I want everybody to repeat after me. As we all know, the Reverend Jesse Jackson just passed. And it's Black History Month, so I think this is only fitting for everybody. So I want y'all to repeat after me, okay? I am somebody. I may be poor, but I am somebody. I may be on welfare, but I am somebody. I may be uneducated, but I am somebody. I must be, because I'm God's child. I must be respected and protected. I am black. I am beautiful. And I am somebody. Power to the people. Okay, I was just trying to give them a little time before before they got ready. So, the program, I Am Because They Were, Dreams Without Limits. For our first person, we are going to honor Madam C.J. Walker, depicted by Shakara Harrison. She is the first female self-made millionaire. She was born in 1867 and died in 1919. She was an entrepreneur and a philanthropist, recognized as the first female self-made millionaire in America, building her fortune through a line of African-American hair care products. She was born Sarah Breedlove to formerly enslaved parents. Introducing Madam C.J. Walker.
I am because they were Madam C.J. Walker.
Charity Adams Early, the 6888, depicted by Jada Jackson. Charity was born on December the 5th, 1918, and died January 13th, 2002. She was a United States Army officer. She was the first African-American woman to become an officer in the Women's Army Auxiliary Corps, later the WACS, and was the commanding officer of the 6888th Central Postal Directory Battalion, the only African-American and multi-ethnic U.S. Women's Army Corps unit sent overseas during World War II. Adams was the highest-ranking African-American woman in the Army by the completion of the war. I present Charity Adams Early.
I am because they were Cherry Adams Early.
Sarah Rector Campbell Crawford. The movie was Sarah's All. She's depicted by Mackenzie Boyd. She was also known as Sarah Rector Campbell Crawford. She was born on March 3rd, 1902, and died July 22nd, 1967. She was an American oil magnate since childhood. Under the Treaty of 1866, due to birthright as a black grandchild of Creek Indians born before the American Civil War, she received an allotment. It was surprisingly discovered to be oil rich and produced over $300, that's US dollars, equivalent to $10,100 in 2024 per day. So she was known as the richest colored girl in the world. I present Sarah Rector.
I am because they were Sarah Rector.
Martin Luther King Jr., depicted by Christian Boyd, was born Michael King Jr. January the 15th, 1929, and died April 4th, 1968. Martin was an American civil rights activist and Baptist minister who was a leader of the civil rights movement from 1955 until his assassination in 1968. He advanced civil rights for people of color in the United States through the use of nonviolent resistance. A black church leader, King participated in and led marches for the right to vote, desegregation, labor rights, and other civil rights. I present Martin Luther King Jr.
I am because who they were, Martin Luther King Jr.
Coretta Scott King, depicted by Araya Wise. She was born April 27th, 1927, and she died January 30th, 2006. She was an American author, activist, and civil rights leader who was the wife of Martin Luther King Jr. As an advocate for African American equality, she was a leader for the civil rights movement in the 1960s. King was also a singer who often incorporated music into her civil rights work. I present Coretta Scott King. I am. You got to talk really. I am because they were.
I am because they were Coretta Scott King.
Ginger Smock, the first black female violinist, depicted by Brooklyn Boyd. She was born in 1920 and died in 1995. She was a pioneering black female jazz violinist and band leader who gained prominence in the 1940s and 1950s. Known for her early television appearances and role as a concert master in Los Angeles. She was a child prodigy who performed at the Hollywood Bowl at the age of 10. I present Ginger Smock.
I am Ginger Smock.
Thurgood Marshall, depicted by Caleb Walker. He was the first black judge, and he was born July 2nd, 1908, and he died January 24th, 1993. He was an American civil rights lawyer and jurist who served as an associate justice of the Supreme Court of the United States from 1967 until 1991. He was the Supreme Court's first African-American justice before his judicial service. I present Judge Thurgood Marshall. Tom Wiggins, musician, depicted by Anthony Harrison, a former slave turned musician, born in Columbus, Georgia in 1848. A neighbor bought him and his family at auction when he was 9 months old. The piano was his greatest source of solace, and he could play complex concertos in no time at all. For Tom, music helped him integrate sensory information from all around him, as it does for many people with autism who are on the autistic spectrum. After performing at sold-out concerts, he was even invited to the White House to perform before President James Buchanan and a group of Washington socialites at the age of 11. One other important thing about Tom Wiggins, he was blind. It was the first time an African-American musician performed at the White House. I present Tom Wiggins.
I am because they were.